Oh, she was just licking my dick, my dick, my dick, my dick, my dick, my dick, making it thick as a brick, a brick, a brick, a brick, a brick, a brick, doing the butterfly flick, the flick, the flick, the flick, the flick, the flick, pretending it's checking my dick, my dick, my dick, my dick, my dick, my dick. They're saying you better come quick, come quick, come quick. That's not going to be on the album. Oh, yeah,
a formal intro? They want a formal intro?
Oh, the people downstairs thought that was a pretty good idea. We do the formal intro, so I'll do my best formal voice so like it doesn't sound like me. Are we ready to go?
Who's your best voice?
Are we ready to go? Yes?
Ladies and gentlemen, the chimney.
Like
Jerry Hip. That's no good. Come on.
Jerry Hip used to be the guy in wrestling.
That's right.
All right, I'll try it then. Ladies and gentlemen, the Chimney proudly presents, for the first time anywhere, Maclean and Maclean.
Thank you very much. Our little culture right now designed to edify and educate your minds. This is to show you that you never escape the learning process. A song right now for the people who abuse that privileged instrument, the telephone. It's going out to Alexander Graham Bell, who's buried down in Cape Breton, Nova Scotia, along with his cables. He's reported to have made the first obscene telephone call on June 2nd, 1875, when he was freaked right out, man. He called his assistant in to show him his marvelous discovery, and he accidentally tipped a beaker of hydrochloric acid into his lap. I got verbal diarrhea tonight here. Them phone freaks. How about them phone freaks? Ain't they tricky? Violating telephones, leave them wet and icky. Sweating in their overcoats, breathing through their hankies. Phoning up girls and talking about her panties. Look at them phone freaks, ain't they kooky? Thinking about it all the time, never getting nookie. Them frantic finger phone freaks, phoning with the cranks. Talking they rocks off, never saying thanks. How to be a phone freak ain't no jobber. Get yourself a telephone, go ahead and slobber. Hey, yo. Last time we were down here in Toronto, we played at York University, and we saw our first, hey, old York. We saw our first three streakers while we were down there, and by a marvelous stroke of luck, they were all girls. They wished by there, they just wished, and they were gone. I didn't know whether it was steel wool or blue bottle flies. I'm glad that old phenomenon has finally streaked its last tube. Them doodle dashers. How about them doodle dashers, ain't they jewels? Streaking out of bushes and waving them tools. Jumping out of palm trees, jumping out of shrubs. Leaping out of flower beds, waving them knobs. Look at them doodle dashers, ain't they queer? Flagging the tallywhackers, then disappear. Them ever-loving doodle dashers, ain't they pearls? Waving them doodle knobs at them girls. How to be a doodle dasher, don't need a ticket. Get your daddy doodle handy, streak from a thicket.
Hickney rider, need what you have done. Hickney rider, need what you have done. Hickney rider, need what you have done. New time. Hickney rider. Hick, what you have done. Hick, rider. Hick, what you have done.
Young good.
Hick, rider. Hick, what you have done. 3 times.
3 times.
Hick, rider.
What are we doing this for? It's ridiculous. We've been singing all night. We've been singing. The first show was perfectly clear, and we get up on stage here and we sound like we got 2 corks stuck up our nose. What have you been doing?
I am impediment in my meat, Minder.
Oh, don't give me that. Round out your syllables. You had your Dale Carnegie training and perfect enunciation. Oh, pear-shaped syllables.
You want to hear something nice and round?
Round.
No. Isn't that round enough for you?
You may think of a lot of fun and games here in the old chimney, you know, but as soon as 1 o'clock comes, it's out to that parking lot and a different ball game altogether. Now, folks, you play ball with your body, it'll play ball with you, and it's not how you win, but how you score. Them car parkers. How about them car parkers? Ain't they corrupt? Boosting in the backseat, trying to feel her up. Lurking in the back lanes, groping with their mitts. Getting them leg cramps, getting them zits. Look at them car parkers, ain't they bland? Try to cop a feel, she hits them on the gland. Them petting car parkers, pleading for a quickie. Sucking on each other's necks, giving them a hickey. How to be a car parker, horny like a rabbit. Get yourself a bunch of flesh, go ahead and grab it. Thank you. Okay, one final one before we rush on to other inane topics. Since this is the pub and this is the opening week for the chimney, I can only assume that you're people indigenous to the province of Ontario who, when they see a place which offers neat draft beer, have to go out and check it. Them pub crawlers. How about them pub crawlers? Ain't they bland? Doing they pub crawl, checking out the band. Wisecracking back, slapping, using they wits. Girls walk by, they talk about her tits. Look at them pub crawlers, ain't they wonky? Drinking that draft beer, run outside and honky. Them pill popping, pub hopping, wonders never cease. Drive around for beer and burgers, use a little grease. How to be a pub crawler, right on groovy solid. Get yourself a pub circuit, go ahead and crawl it. Did you hear about the Newfoundlander? Did you hear about the Newfoundlander who had a penis transplant and his hand rejected it?
I read that on the men's washroom just before I came in. Thought I'd share that with the ladies. They never get in there. Every time, you know, like, what happens is all the men go in there and they put their best lick on the wall, you see?
Lick the walls?
No, I don't mean lick the wall. I mean their best saying on the wall, you know. There's one, by God, I'm so horny, I was even looking at the crack of dawn, you know? Terrible, you know?
Yeah, like a good one, so
yeah,
we get all
here's one. There was a young man from Kent whose member was so long that it bent. To stay out of trouble, he put it in double, and instead of coming, he went. Don't throw toothpicks in the urinals, crabs, pole balls. Great stuff. Really good. Speaking of Newfoundland, we want to do a Newfoundland song right now. This is a song called Eyes the Buy What Builds the Boat and Eyes the Buy What Sails It.
Or Jack was every inch a sailor.
Yes.
Or she was only a fisherman's daughter, but you should have seen her reel when she saw my rod. That filth, boy. You guys better sing or we're going to report you to the head of the mafia down in Newfoundland, the Codfather. Look up with a big fish head in your bed.
And you'll get your tail in the morning.
Gary and I originally come from down there. We come from Glace Bay, Nova Scotia, and hey, yeah, there's Maritimers everywhere here. But we come from down there, and we're living in Winnipeg now. But Glace Bay was an exciting town. We used to get up on Saturday night. Everybody be down at Woolworths trying on gloves. That was a big one. We're also over to Curry's Funeral Homes, watch the caskets warp. And we get the bodies into the ground real fast down there because the ocean salt, the humidity and everything.
If you haven't been down to Glace Bay for a while, I got some news for you. They built a brand new beaver store down there, and all the men thought it was a porn shop and went out and bought Sanders for their wives. They thought they were vibrators, you know? Are you sure this is what we're supposed to be doing, darling? Doesn't that get you on, honey, huh? The smoke in here is terrible. Boy.
That's the best Sander I've heard in a long time.
All right, we're going to sing this song for you. We're going to lead it off. The Newfoundlanders actually around this time of year are very, very busy repairing nets and making babies, depending on which
hole needs the most attention.
Good
This
Lord.
is Toilet Rock. You might as well be told right now, this is Toilet Rock.
Whatever happened to Newfoundland song?
We're just giving them the old intro to Toilet Rock here before we rush into our big tune. Fuck ya, F-C-K-Y-A. Fuck ya, F-C-K-Y-A. I really hate your fucking guts, and I'd like to kick you in the nuts. So fuck ya, F-C-K-Y-A. I really mean it, F-C-K-Y-A. Okay, we'll start now.
Right.
I's a buy what sails her. I's a buy what catches the fish and brings them home to Liza. Hit your partner Sally to bow, hit your partner Sally Brown, for the Birmingham Morton Harbour all around the Surrey. Oh, half the thousand to a dance, but she could travel every step that she'd take to an easy ride. I's a buy what pulls the boat, and I's a buy what sails her. I's a buy what catches the fish and brings them home to Liza. Hit your partner Sally to bow, hit your partner Sally Brown, for the Birmingham Morton Harbour all around the circle. I don't want your maggoty fish, they're no good for winter. I can get as good as that down at Bonavista. I's a buy what blows the boat, and I's a buy what sails her. I's a buy what catches the fish and brings them home to Liza. Hit your partner Sally to bow, hit your partner Sally Brown, for the Birmingham Morton Harbour all around the circle. If you're bound for Newfoundland, you'll find that you have lots of kin. They say that Newfoundlanders are banjo pluckers with their brain kicked in. I's a buy what pulls a boat, and I's a buy what sails her. I's a buy what catches the fish and brings them home to Liza. Hit your partner Sally to bow, hit your partner Sally Brown, for the Birmingham Morton Harbour all around the circle, all around the circle, all around the circle. Hey! All right, from the East Coast here, we're thundering.
Ah, thank you. You're very nice.
Gary, you know, it was really nice. I was walking down Yonge Street today, and all the Christmas lights were hanging across the streets, and the shoppers were bustling home with their Christmas parcels gaily wrapped. The little children were pressed up against the shop windows, looking at all the gifts and dreaming of sugar plums dancing in their hair. It was really neat.
It's not even summer yet.
There's only 8 months left for Christmas shopping. Come on, get on, get it on, get it on.
This is Blair's clever way of introducing the next song.
By golly, you're right, Gary. The 9 days of Christmas, D-A-Z-E. On the first day of Christmas, my true love sent to me a dime bag of Panama Red.
You're luckier than most. There's a drought in this town right now.
Good dry. Or a dime bag of Yucatan Blue.
On the second day of Christmas, my true love sent to me 2 hits of acid
And a dime bag of Panama Red. On the third day of Christmas, my true love sent to me 3 snorts of coke,
2 hits of acid
and a dime bag of Panama Red.
On the fourth day of Christmas, my true love sent to me 4 pink pills,
3 snorts of coke,
2 hits of acid
and a dime bag of Panama Red. My favorite coming up, Gary. On the 5th day of Christmas, my true love sent to me 5 pounds of hash. Sure beats socks and ties, don't they? 4 pink shirts, 3 snorts, coke, 2 hits of acid and a dime bag of Panama Red. Hey, somebody put strychnine in the acid, man. You know it's weird, man, because when you start peeking out on strychnine, man, you don't level out, man. You just keep peeking and peeking and peeking it. And then you see God, man. That's weird, man. Man, I read in the papers that there was this big cloud of acid down in Chicago, man. And I got my ass down there as fast as I could, man. And I ran right into the thick of it, man, and people were crying, and I thought everybody was happy, man, because it was the acid. But it was just that poison shit, man. And it freaked my head out, man. And I went out and I got my tiger bomb, and I found myself a big cop in Chicago, and I walked up, and I later hit a tiger bomb on his forehead, man. Yeah, man, what'd they do, man? He kneed me in the balls, man. I fell on the ground, man, and I looked up at him and I said, "You're not Serpico, man. You're not gonna pull that shit with me," I said, man. "If you love something, let it go, man. If it comes back to you, it's yours, man. If it doesn't come back to you, it never was, man." Blows my mind.
On the 6th day of Christmas, my true love sent to me 6 joints of smoke and 5 pounds of hash.
Lebanese Red.
4 pictures, 3 snorts, coke, 2 hits of acid, and a dime bag of Panama Red.
Yes, I trying to fool around. Now, you're right, there's that speed, those pig things, those pig pills. Get all the jaggedy edges there, man. On the seventh day, nobody spoke.
On the 8th day of Christmas, my true love sent to me 8 healthy roaches,
Nobody speaking.
6 joints of smoke and 5 pounds of hash.
Springfield Street, don't go to hit the best in a dime bag of Panama Red. On the 9th day, everyone OD'd, and they were all rushed to the Sudbury General Hospital. And there was a little mix-up in the gas lines, and they were given 9 whiffs of nitrous. Boy, it was no laughing matter. You can't buy a hit like that in the street. Take it, I don't want it. Take it.
That's what you get for getting your fingernails ripped off or things like that. You plank it right on your... Actually, what they give you when you OD and they wheel you in, first of all, they strap you down, right? And you're laying on the stretcher and you're yelling out numbered word combinations, thinking that's the thing that's going to get you out of this nightmare. 4, yes.
17.
2.
Bingo.
Pants.
No, that doesn't work. No, wrong place.
Something, anything. So what they do is they give you Valium to cool you out, right?
Prince Valiant, just lay all those dragons in your acid-soaked brain. Boy, you'll level right out. I'm a bucket, man. Take me home in a bucket.
Actually, what it does, though, what it does is they give you too much of that stuff all the time, like you OD on Valium, and then they wheel you out. They say, all right, he's had enough Valium. Let's let him talk to the cops now, And they reel you out there, and you say, hey, man, you got a joint to the cop, Bad.
Confusion.
Bad vibes. So it's Valium.
Okay, Gary. So it's 9 tabs of Valium. You want to do it again?
Yeah.
The big ending?
I sort of like the feel of the Valium,
Hey, man, it's all slow-mo now, slow-mo. 9 tabs of Valium, 8 healthy roaches, nobody speaking, 6 joints of smoking, 5 pounds of hash, 4 pictures, 3 stones to go, 2 hits of acid, wait for the hit, and a dime bag of Panama Red. Hey! Oh, look, I think now, being as it is Saturday night, we have to ask that all-important question. I don't like to do it this early in the evening, but I figure that being Saturday night, the Sabbath is coming up. We have to ask a question that's on my mind, and I'm sure it's on Gary's mind as well.
Well, Blair, the question is on my mind. It's been bothering me all day, and I know that there are a few people who have been stopping me and grabbing at my sleeve and saying, Gary, are we going to have the meeting tonight? And I've been telling them yes. So, here's the question. The question is, how many people here tonight are in the state of mortal sin? Hands, please, if you're in the state of mortal sin.
Wow,
Don't
2,
be
3,
afraid.
4, 5,
yeah,
6.
right
A gaggle over here.
A gaggle of sinners over here.
Daisy on that side, maybe hiding behind the lights there. Someone in
You
the back
are,
there?
well, I don't know. Maybe everybody doesn't understand.
Perhaps, I noticed a lack of response here. Perhaps they're not aware of the true definition of mortal sin as the Catholic Church defines it.
Oh, well, the other question then that's on everybody's mind tonight, Blair, is what is mortal sin?
I'm glad you asked that question, Gary. Mortal sin. A young man makes plans to lead his girlfriend into impure actions, but she thwarts his intentions. Thwart. Watch it, Buster. I'm going to be a nun. That's why they call them that, because that's what they get.
This is our country and western religious song, and it's designed to absolve you from any or all sin which you may have committed during the past week, especially during the past week because your sins are still fresh, and we can get at them. If you have old sins, they don't count. You have to go to some other club to get rid of those. But we're going to deal with your fresh sins from this week. You've all seen the pictures of your souls in your catechism, the little round, shapeless object, which sits somewhere in here around your heart, I think, because everybody... Actually, it's right in the middle of your chest. Your soul is. And you've seen it. It's got the black marks representing the mortal sins and the gray marks are the venial sins. And there's a weird colored, off-colored sin called...
half-tone gray for your
original sin.
Right?
Yeah, what is the line thing on that?
65-line screen, I think, Gary.
It's a 65-line screen?
Fine process, yes.
It is. Okay. Anyway, during this song, you may feel a sort of a warmth coming over you, sort of thing, and you may find yourself compelled to stand on your table or your chair and once again rip off your clothing and start screaming your sins out to us so we can see and hear what you've been up to. If you don't wish to do that, you can come over to the side of the stage here and you can whisper your sins to us. There's 2 confessionals, and ladies will be given absolution at the YMCA tonight. Room 11.
There is a prize for the best confession.
It's a turkey tonight, Blair, and she's also waiting at the YMCA.
Eviscerated.
I'm only kidding about the YMCA. She's actually waiting over at the Waldorf Astoria. But we've been keeping her for ourselves, We saw her before you did, so piss on you. Anyway, you all know what Catholic confession is about, don't you?
Bless me, Father, for our sin, I confess my God, dear Father, this is my sins. It's been 3 months, my last confession.
Took a girl out to the drive-in and I got her in the back seat and I watched the hot dog jump into the bun. You ever seen that at the drive-ins between the features? You know, show starts in 5 minutes. Whoa! And the popcorn starts dancing, and the pop comes out, and the sandwiches do a little jig, and the bun grows legs, and the hot dogs grow legs. They do a little dance and everything, you know. And then finally the bun says, "Hey, come on in." And the old hot dog says, "Oh no, squirt little mustard, boy." He knows as soon as he jumps in, he's going to be eaten. Anyway, it bummed me right out because I spent $6 on that girl, never got nothing, not even bare tip. So I'm home and I committed physical abuse upon myself.
How many times, my son?
It was 35 or 36 before I blacked out. I can't remember now.
All right, the song is called "Don't Pick Your Nose on Sunday. You won't find God up there."
He's everywhere.
Actually, this is what you call a
Join in.
A joining in
That's
kind of
right.
a song,
Yeah.
and we want you to join in. Every time you hear us sing "Daddy Sang Bass," you must give it back to us in a loud, clear, Catholic, rhythmic voice. "Mommy sang tenor." Now I want a good crowd response on this, otherwise he won't come. You see? Remember that. Now I want him here tonight, okay?
That's right. Now, we've been scouring the entire Toronto area in search of a pale young virgin, and we finally found him. He's going to be going amongst the audience here, selling artifacts from the past. And let me tell you, folks, they're going like hotcakes. Religious artifacts. We have splinters from the cross, 28 cents per splinter.
Lots of those
We have
left.
Sea of Galilee, 55 cents per gallon, plus federal provincial tax where applicable. We have chips from the Mount Sinai tablets, 95 cents per chip, no gravy.
Sorry.
We have 6 12th century popes pickled and brined in a see-through plastic bag, all 6, $3,000. Take them home, put them in your toaster, have Pope tarts, throw them in your freezer, have popsicles, take a little red balls, you go to heaven.
Okay. Remember your part is Mommy sang tenor. Our part is Daddy sang bass, and you give it back to us, okay? Now we're going to put you through a dry run, and we hope it's the only one you have to go through this evening. For our behalf, anyway, okay? Let's try it once to see how everything works. You ready? Daddy sang bass.
I think really, Gary, to meld this group into one tight, cohesive unit, we should try the acoustic acid Kool-Aid test.
All right,
try that right now,
I'll try
okay?
that. Okay. Let's see how sharp everybody is. Where were you in '62? Is that it? 1, 2, 3, 4. Kool-Aid, Kool-Aid. Wait a minute now. Some of you got the clap and some of you didn't.
That's right. The
It's
thing
not-
is,
it's not fair.
Kool-Aid,
It's not fair.
clap tastes
We're both
great.
talking together, Blair.
Okay, I'm
It's not fair that everybody should get that some people should have the clap and not everybody get the
That's
clap
right.
together.
That's right. And the
That's-
song, it goes, Kool-Aid, Kool-Aid, clap tastes great. You love Kool-Aid, clap don't wait.
All right.
Everybody get the clap together. We want you all to sing it out too, okay?
This is really
you all
important.
sold Kool-Aid when you were kids. Go on now.
I didn't sell none of that stuff.
1, 2,
Sold dope
3,
when I was a kid.
4.
Kool-Aid, Kool-Aid, tastes great. You love Kool-Aid, can't wait. You're all ready. You ready? I remember when I was a lad, times were hard and the things were bad. But there's a silver lining behind every cloud. Just poor people, that's all we were, trying to make a living out of black land earth. We'd get together in a family circle, singing loud. And Daddy sang bass. Mama sang tenor. Me and little brother would join right in there. Singing seems to help the troubled soul. One of these days, and it won't be long, I'll rejoin them all in the song. I'm gonna join that family circle at the throne. Oh, the circle, it won't be broken. By and by, Lord, by and by. Daddy sang bass. Mom sang tenor. Me and little brother would join right in there. In the sky, Lord, in the sky.
Second verse in his own.
I suggest that you get the voices up a little higher.
Yes, I noticed a general low murmur running throughout the audience. We want you to relieve the pressures of the past work week. Little primal screaming might be a boon. You can throw ice water in your laps, hit yourself with mullets, grab yourself by the shorts and give them a good hard yank. Let's get those voices really screaming high there, okay?
I remember after work, Mama would call in all of us. You can smell us coming for a country mile. Now little brother, he's done got on, but I'll rejoin him in a song. Well, I'm gonna join little brother up yonder in a little while. Dad sang bass. Got them.
Pox on their loins, Gary.
Sirree.
A pox on their loins and their firstborn.
Not on their loins, Blair. In between their fingers or in between their toes where it's hard to get and it itches at night, but don't put it on their loins because tonight's Saturday and they got to use them. Okay? That is the sin of blasphemy. If you weren't in the state of mortal sin before, for those of you who didn't raise your hands, you may willingly raise your hands now because you're all in the state of mortal sin.
Sin of affiliation.
No, they didn't do that.
Oral sex here tonight. Eh?
Affiliation.
We're a couple of traveling missionaries conquering the headwaters of the Limpopo River, and we were both bitten by black, deadly mumba snakes. We lay dying on the banks of the river, the poison coursing through our systems, till a white missionary came along with a bottle of Canada Dry tonic water, which contained quinine. And we drank it, and we're well, and now we're back here in Toronto looking for dens of iniquity, and this place here is Sodom and Gonorrhea.
That's right. Gomorrah.
Sodom and Gomorrah.
Sodom and Gomorrah, right. Now, for the first of our sinners tonight, Blair, I'm going to have to ask you to be first because if you're brave, others will be.
Just jump right in here.
Tell us your personal story, Blair.
My sin. I had a wet dream. You had one too. Mine was the best dream. It was of you.
Thank you very much for your story, Blair. We appreciate that. Did you know that the Pope has sent down a special dispensation for all people who cannot control their emotions while they sleep? Yes, if you've been having a lot of trouble sleeping and you've been having nocturnal emissions, the seed will not pollute, it will not produce, and it will not grow now. Better luck with your marijuana seeds.
For many, many years, it was a grievous sin for any young Catholic boy to take the slightest pleasure in a purely involuntary action. In fact, many is the young Catholic man who woke up in the middle of the night at the moment of truth. They're rotting in the fires of hell now for their transgressions. Thou shalt not ejaculate. However, General Motors has come up with a solution. It's an emission control device which can be fitted and worn while sleeping. And if an accident should occur, remember to avoid the wet spot.
I had a wet dream, and you had one too. Mine was the best dream. It was of you. Come with me, sweetheart.
I heard a titter back there, Gary.
That's impurity of thought.
That's right, boy.
That's a mortal. Roll that back for a slow-mo replay of that last mortal sin, Blair.
Slow-mo replay?
That's mortal. That's mortal as you can get it.
Okay, slow-mo.
I was back here and I went. Oh, with me. There's where the mortal sin was committed right there, Blair. He even laughed in the replay. Did you see that?
Can we look at that from another angle? Can we?
Yes, I'd like to see it from a different angle.
Okay,
if you
here
don't
we go.
mind. Come with me, sweetheart. Nobody comes that fast.
Different strokes, boy, for different folks.
Listen, I want to ask you a very, very personal question. Now,
Go
answer
ahead.
this truthfully. What does the sex manual say for you, Blair? For Blair Maclean, what does it say?
In, out, repeat if necessary. I got my jaws up. Now let's finish this stupid thing
Pretty
off.
concise, isn't it?
Come
With me, sweetheart. Now is the time. You tell me your wet dream, and I'll tell you mine.
Sam 1595, folks, in the pearly gates of heaven. Leave all contributions in the basket by the stage and make sure that God gets them. Thank you very much. If you're celebrating anything, birthdays, anniversaries, divorces, abortions, your period came, a lump or thickening in the breast or elsewhere, any sore that will not heal, the bunny didn't die, a clean bill of health, perhaps you're celebrating puberty, a hair-raising experience for most of us. Send it up and we'll make a fool of your table, okay?
We like to sing a song now that was written by Shel Silverstein. Shel Silverstein is a hero of ours. Hero of mine, not a hero of yours.
I'm not
Blair.
so fond of him.
He doesn't care, but I do. Shel Silverstein has written a lot of tunes. He's a prolific songwriter for Playboy magazine. He wrote such great songs as A Boy Named Sue for Johnny Cash.
Big number, 5 million records here.
He wrote The Unicorn for the Irish Rovers.
Long time ago when the earth was green, there was more kinds of animals than you.
Thank you very much. Yes, he did. He wrote Don't Give a Dose to the One You Love Most for Dick Cavett and his VD Blues.
He wrote The Underground Sex Adventures of the Five-Legged Gonad for Wild Kingdom.
Yes, he did.
He wrote all the material for Dr. Hook and the Medicine Show. He wrote 2 albums for them. He wrote Who is Harry Kellerman and Why is he saying those things about me for Dustin Hoffman. That score there. He wrote this old blast, this big one here. Sylvia's mother, I just... That song there, he wrote that one. That really happened to him. And he wrote this one here. A blast from the past, a mold of gold that really sold, a bullion biggie from the Golden Graveyard.
Well, we're stinky folk singers, we've got golden fingers, and we loved every place we go. Sing about beauty and we sing about truth at $10,000 a show. We take all kinds of pills to give us all kinds of thrills, like the thrills that we've never known. Here's a thrill that'll get you way out. I don't like that. Don't like that whole sound. That's too harsh. That's too harsh to be listening to. People here who sat here for a long time waiting, and you come on singing shit like that. Wait a minute. Sounds like Yosemite Sam from Bugs Bunny. Did you know that? Oh, freeze, you long-eared, flea-bitten, lily-livered vermin. I'll give you 5 seconds to take that back before I blow the hide clean off in your carcass.
I got one that Yosemite would sing that Shell wrote, okay?
Oh, I'm being eaten by a boa constrictor. A boa constrictor. A boa constrictor. I'm being eaten by a boa constrictor, and I don't like it one bit. What do you know?
What do you know?
He's nibbling my toe.
He's nibbling his toe.
Oh, gee.
Oh, gee.
He's reached my knee.
He's reached his knee.
Oh, my.
Oh, my.
He's up to my thigh.
He's up to his thigh.
Oh,
fiddle.
Oh, fiddle.
Miss.
Oh, heck.
Oh, heck.
He's reached my neck.
He's reached his neck.
Oh, dread.
Oh, dread. Hey, the last professional way I was doing that was my Mel Blanc voice, and I was doing playing the guitar at the same time, and everybody's leg was concentrated on my leg as the snake went up. And then there was the abrupt surprise ending when the snake finally reached over his head, and everybody's got the joke then. You think it's fun getting up here and laughing and singing and dancing every night? Well, it isn't. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Anyway, here's a song.
I was telling Gary, my marriage is on the rocks.
Oh, don't go into this, Blair.
I'm wearing my heart on my outside. I'm laughing on the outside when I'm crying. I'm wearing my heart on my sleeve. And
This is not, Blair. This should be kept within your own home. This is nobody's
I wanted to go on the record.
Never mind. You want
Gary, noticing that the crowd was becoming restless, decided to walk back to his drums, which lay discreetly behind him. He gave each one a resounding whack, turned on the microphone, which was off, and was ready to play. The crowd waited, their legs wet with anticipation. Blair was not quick to disappoint them. This is the story of a great North American folk legend, Johnny Appleseed, a man with a tin pot on top of his head and a bag of apple seeds at his side, went all over the country in the early 1800s, and he flung seeds here and he flung seeds there, and giant fruits sprang up. Hi, Guy, what are you doing in town?
Don't make
tonight?
homosexual jokes.
Anyway, the settlers were amazed as they came across in their covered wagons to see these orderly orchards standing row on row, and they picked the fruits and put them in their wagons, and thus were saved from scurvy and rickets and the treacherous ordeal through the Oregon mountains and the valley as far below LA Freeway and Disneyland. In the 1950s, a giant subculture sprang up, Johnny Marijuana Seed. Now, they had similar intentions to Johnny Appleseed. They had pot, but it wasn't on top. It was inside their heads. And they had bags of little marijuana seeds. And they went all over the country, flinging them here and flinging them over there. And five little shoots sprang up. And they said, taste me, which they did, of course, in great abundance. And then the peace-loving, spirit-changed generation began to die a tragic death when they began to rip each other off. They started selling each other oregano and camel shit. It's good shit, man. It's good shit. Buy it. Finally, one man became totally unscrupulous, and he sold 3 seeds to a boy for a cow. Now, Jack took the seeds home to his mother, and his mother said, Jack, how could you? We had one possession left, that cow. There's nothing in the fridge, nothing in the larder, and you bring me home 3 lousy seeds for our only possession. And in a writ of Fellas Jade, she threw them out the window, and by magic, a giant marijuana plant sprang up, taking the boy, the mother, and the cottage with them. All night long it grew, great five-pointed leaves springing out, the happy villagers gathering under the plant to collect pollen for future hashish, till finally in the morning it broke to the clouds, and off in the distance they could see a giant's castle, and coming toward them a giant narcotics agent with a big star on his chest, big club in his hand singing, "Pee-pie-po fast, I see someone growing grass." And he went, and he killed the boy, the mother, and the cottage instantly, picked the plant, dried it, hung it, and smoked it, and became the friendly giant. Hey, man, what's happening? You're hit, Jerome. Rusty the Rooster is always sitting in the white stash bag. Remember the big bag there? And Rusty would stick his little head out. "Hi, Friendly! Here's your roast clip, Friendly! Here's your bone papers, Friendly! Here's your supercharger, Friendly! Boy, this shit sure makes you hungry, doesn't it, eh? What are we having for supper?" "Some fried chicken, you little asshole." Tune for the album, you know.
Close enough.
All right, these old rousing, old dirty ones. You know, that's not it all. With pipe and drum, here we come, pull around, looking for women to pedal the bum on the North Atlantic squad. And days are low and nights were bold, and toilets squirting the head. They dropped their load upon the road and walked away ahead. Hey, ho-way, with pipe and drum, here we come, pull around, looking for women to pedal their bum on the North Atlantic squad. Oh, Canadian women, they are the shits, have no ass, have no tits, and they whack you off with a pair of mitts in the North Atlantic squadron. Here we come, pull around, looking for women to pedal their bum with the North Atlantic squad. We'll do a dirty ones here so you don't get too scared. You can go your worst, okay?
Now, if you want to sing a verse, just stand, okay, and sing it out.
And there was a whore named Lil, used dynamite for a fill. They found her vagina in North Carolina and bits of her tits in Brazil. Away, with pipe and drum, here we come, pull around, looking for women to pedal their bum with the North Atlantic squadron.
Sounds promising, doesn't it?
The girls got one that real good corker that where he's freaking everybody out. We get
First time I ever heard the women shut up, you know?
Come on, now, you must know one here. Voiceover of the announcer comes in and says, "Well, folks, it's been a really enjoyable evening for us, probably the most wonderful in our entire lives. and we hope the same is applicable for you. Before we leave you here now, we'll show you all these cliche sayings. May God bless and the good Lord willing. Always throw God in and gets the audience on your side. Don't let the bedbugs bite. The older you get, the older you get. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. And a bird in hand is worth four in your bush. Before we introduce the group now, I have to show you all these weird guys here. On my right, your near left, the exotic conga rhythms of Gary Maclean bringing you back to deep, dark Africa with his amazing pounding on those things. You can almost see the naked, sweating bodies dancing and leaping in the firelight before they rush off into the bushes to consummate their love in a fiery musical climax. On his left, your near right, the five-string banjo of Gary Maclean bringing those high-ringing notes back to you like the hot kiss at the end of a wet fist. His left, your near right, the astounding 12-string guitar of Blair Maclean, providing all those natural rhythms just like the Catholics. His left, your near right, the zany cookie comic cut-up capers of Blair Maclean, keeping you laughing and rolling in the aisles with his zany antics and his feats of orbicular muscularity. Put them all together, you have hair and there, beard and weird, Godo and Wooder, Les Paul and Mary Ford, Funk and Gunk, Huey, Dewey and Louie, Bert and Ernie. Hey, Bert. And now, on four, we hit our big ending, lights out and cue to applause. As we leap over your flailing, thrashing bodies, a word of caution, don't go for the groin. 1, 2, 3, 4. He goes, step on, you again. Whoa, not all. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much. So we're recording for our new album called Bitter Reality. We have our producer downstairs in a mobile truck. His name is Jack Richardson. Say hello, Jack.
Hello, Jack. Hello, Jack.
Hello, children.
Hey, actually, Maclean couldn't make it tonight, and
That's
we're the
right.
replacement act.
We are the replacement act. My name is Wayne, back at the beating hammer, butcher steels, rot, back to workshops, climb the secret, may find the thoughts ever master of iron, steam and steel, and rise above disaster and tramples under heel. And this is my brother Dwayne, back at the beating hammer, butcher steels, rot, back to workshops, climb the secret, may find the thoughts ever master of iron, steam and steel, and rise above disaster and tramples under a heel. And we call ourselves back at the beating hammer, butcher steels, rot, back to workshops, climb the secret, may find the thoughts ever master of iron, steam and steel, and rise above disaster and tramples under heel. And back at the beating hammer, which is steel's rod, back workshops, climb the secret, may find the thoughts ever master of iron, steam and steel, and rise above disaster and tramples under heel. Really good. Well, we're all having a lot of fun here at the chimney tonight and everything, but we should remember that we're lucky to be Canadians and living in Canada, which is a free country. And hang on. Wait a minute. Because when you look around us in all those other countries, you see disease and pestilence and starvation and wars and whatnot. And I think that since we are lucky enough to be able to sing out anything we want, let's all say a prayer for those other countries.
Keep it over there, Lord. Keep it over there. Listen to my prayer, Lord. Keep it over there.
We're all ready for you, Billy.
Bless you, George. Do we have a generous crowd tonight? My, you look as busy as a bee.
I've got the legs run right off me. There's about 50 or 60,000 people out there, and the Pope is out there as well.
Paul is out there tonight?
Sitting right in the front row, stage left, with a big pointy hat.
I wonder what he's doing here.
Well, never
He's
mind.
probably looking
Never
for
mind that,
bits
Billy.
off my
Let's
show.
just move right out towards the
Well,
stage.
they say that mocking's catching.
Come on, Billy, let's get the show on the road.
Patience, my
Keep
child.
them over there, Lord. Keep them over there. Famine and diseases, keep them over there.
The Bible says Jesus was just a guy. We see in the inspiring words, verse 7, chapter 3, Jesus chokes at dinner, or Peter slaps the back of Jesus. And so it was that the 12 were sitting around a large table with Jesus at the head. And Jesus turned to Peter with tears in his eyes and said, and Peter said, what? And Matthew, who was sitting on the left hand of Jesus, spoke, I think Jesus is choking on a piece of meat. And Peter began to slap Jesus on the back vigorously, crying, puke it up, puke it up. And Jesus puked in front of his disciples, none of whom felt hungry thereafter.
Jesus had the measles, Jesus had the flu, Jesus had a cold sore, he was just like you.
From this, we see why that event is called the Last Supper. If we need further proof that Jesus had his ups and downs, we can turn to verse 2, chapter 4. Jesus is ignored by Peter, and Jesus said unto them, I am the bread of life, for without me there is no salvation. And Peter turned to Jesus and said, I am sorry, man, I wasn't listening. What did you say? And Jesus said, skip it, it wasn't important. So Peter said, oh. And all that night, Jesus sulked in the corner and would not talk to anyone, not even the chicks.
Jesus had his good days, Jesus had his bad. Mary was his mother, Joseph was his dad.
You know, my friends, when I was going to Bible school, we were taught that Jesus hung around with gamblers, prostitutes, and card sharps. See verse 8, chapter 20. Jesus loses his pop. And so it came to pass that all who were around the table dropped out, leaving only Jesus and Peter playing. And Jesus turned to Peter, who had just bet 20 drachmas, and said, I see your 20 drachmas, and call. What have you got? And Peter said, 4 aces. Count them, Jesus, and none of your goddamn miracles. As you can see, it's all there in the Holy Bible if we will just look. Yes, my friends, Jesus was just a guy.
Here in the beautiful and sacred cesspool of Tomorrow Today, thousands of people have gathered to hear the inspiring words of Bill Evangelist as he preaches from the new, the latest, up-to-date, no-shit version of the gospel according to bitter reality. With us today, the 693-voice Holy Bursting Sweaters of Los Angeles Choir, the Singing Country and Western Faith Testimonial Family, and the 4 men of the deeply religious Emphysemas. And, of course, Bill Evangelist with his sermon for today, Jesus Was Just a Guy. But first, a message that could change your life today. Close enough, okay? Okay, all right. Blair and I have been studying the country and western scene in Canada, and it differs from province to province. For instance, in Winnipeg, Manitoba, where we live, they have sort of a waving wheat lonesome style of country and western music.
Where the coyotes and the wind blows free.
Someone should slip a cunt over your head and fuck some sense into you know that? Ridiculous. All right, this guy is actually going to break down and cry for you on stage, which is something you never see at the chimney anymore. And we would request that you would bay like wolves or dogs during this number so to make them feel at home. Can we hear one? Beautiful. You guys are great. All right, so here he is from Winnipeg, Manitoba, Mr. Slim Chance, the Crying Cowboy.
Poor Mao is dead, poor Mao Zedong's dead. He's lying there so peaceful and serene. No commie shit. When Mao died, a quarter of mankind wept. 800 million people wept. They had to or they'd be fucking shot. Some say he was a revolutionary, some say he was a great leader, some say he was a demagogue. Actually, he only killed 36 million people, so you could rank him up alongside with Hitler with 55 million, and of course the Gulag Archipelago with 66 million. I'll just sing a song for him right now because when he died, the face of the Chinese race was changed. A song in a tribute to him. Hato, jikato, sao, kitato. Some young canto, changing by her name. She pulled around thee, they got my wrinkle pecker. Red rose tea, oh, fucking oh, wacky, 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 oh. Hello, now where to find it? Fuck off! Your smile is heaven's work of art. Every night I'd be on stage here and the pain would be ripping through my body. The torture in my heart was stupendous. And everybody would leave and the lights would go out and I'd pack away my trusty D18 Martin 11-string guitar and my trusty plush line D28 hard shell case with the leather covering and the Guess Who stickers on the outside. And I'd take Air Canada Flight 191 back to Winnipeg. Yeah, Air Canada, Trans-Canada fucking Airlines. So they did to my axe, $1,000 Britain. Crack! Right across the bottom of the frigid, oh yeah. Whomp into the belly of the aircraft. Bilingualism on the flight deck. The only thing they're doing up there that's French is down on each other, boy. Get down on me. Or the probably put a ding dong. When they fuckers crashed, they smashed my instrument all up. And then I got home after 13 weeks of God slam Torty fucking Bastrovich. 13 fucking weeks on the road, all time fucking broke. I get home, there's my wife. My immaculate wife in bed with 9 guys. I say, you're enjoying yourself, aren't you? I say, you tramp, you pig. Here's me being celibate on the road and you're out here fucking your arse off. I said at a medical examination the other day, I was a doctor. He saw the top of a man's skull off and pulled out the brain and he held it in his hands like that. She said, what the fuck are you telling me that for? I said, because I give my soul to take out my brain and hold it under a faucet and wash away the dirty pictures that you put there. And I grabbed her by the face and rammed it into my groin and kicked her in the crotch. In the cunt.
Yeah, it's pretty stuff. Wait a second. Hang on. Come here, Slim. You know what your problem is? You're a country and western singer. You're always singing those sad songs. Never anything happy. How about a good old C&W hand clapper? Do a good job. Slim chance. Sorry.
Well, I went to the dog. He said I had cancer. I'll send it to boil. Just go in, Lancer. No way, son. You're gonna die. You got a week and a half. Pay the bill. Bye-bye. I didn't even feel sick, you know. I thought it was a wart. It was malignant. So I got in the car and on my wife said I got cancer, gonna lose my life. She said, where's the policy? It's in the drawer. She got it out and said, I wish there was more. Oh, the toss of Diane's going up, you know. Mutual of Omaha. Sure, they had the last fucking laugh, don't they? Well, we went fine, they weren't disappointed. The priest came by, and I was anointed. Folks gathered around my bed to pray. I went into a coma, and I passed away.
Thank you very much, Slim. That's all we need to hear from you. That's a bad. No, never mind your fucking happy
I had a
songs.
canary, had a tumor in his neck. It was
People
like,
don't. I'm sorry about this. People don't want to hear this shit about cancer and stuff like that. They're here to have a good time. Thank you very much. That was fine, Slim. Fuck off, Slim. Okay, just fuck off. Sorry about that. Blair and I were born and raised in Glace Bay, Nova Scotia, which is a... What fucking liars you guys are. All from Toronto, you know. Anyway, we were born in Glace Bay, and this next guy comes from Glace Bay as well. He's married to the country and western singer with the peroxide blonde hair, the big tits, and the leather skirt. Yeah, Senator's Corner. And when you talk to her, she says, what have I got to show for it after 30 years of marriage? After 30 years of marriage, you've got stretch marks.
I was having me a burger in a dirty, greasy spoon cafe. I was eating it with relish when the man beside me turned to say, what's that pubic hair No one laying on your bun. I said, I never saw it sitting there. Are you sure it's really one? He stood up on the counter and he said, now look here, Blair. I've traveled all over this country and I know pubic hair. I've seen pubic hair, man, and never liked them bare, man. I even got my share, man, beneath my underwear, man, sticking out here and there, man. I've seen pubic hair. I've seen great ones, straight ones, on my dinner plate, ones long, ones strong, ones little curly blonde, ones red, ones dead, ones laying on the head, ones black, ones brown, ones little ducky down, ones short, ones thick, ones growing from your dick, ones growing, ones showing, ones phone, ones golden ones. I've seen pubic hair, man, I never liked them bare, man. I even got my share, man, beneath my underwear, man, sticking out here and there, man. I've seen pubic hair. I've seen bushy ones, cushy ones, ugly, mushy ones, saved ones, shaved ones, floating in the gravy ones, pretty ones, dirty ones, fluffing up your birdie ones, neat ones, sweet ones, on the toilet seat ones, hipper ones, whipper ones, catch them in your zipper ones, growing ones, showing ones, phone ones, golden ones. I've seen pubic hair, man, I never liked them bare, man. I even got my share, man, beneath my underwear, man, sticking out here and there, man. I've seen pubic hair.
Little Becky Jevitz has just put Ken and Barbie away in the dollhouse. Let's look in on them and see what they're doing.
Anytime? Anytime you're feeling lonely. Little song. We're sitting here with Mr. Frankie Fontaine, the king of genital rock, and Frankie's just come back from his big Russian tour. And Frankie, you've had so much success.
Yes, I have, Heason, and I'm planning on having a whole lot more.
Well, why don't you get those genitals in tune and rip one off for us?
Matter of fact, I'll rip off a couple for you. Here's a couple of my bigger ones, Heason. I got no objections to a French kiss under a starlit Paris sky. I got no objection to making memories, even though you're sucking some other guy, and that ain't right. But since you lost your hands at the factory, you can't get me off no more. It seems the honeymoon's over. Your hooks fell on the floor, and keep those rusty hooks away from me. You almost ripped it off yesterday. Baby, keep those rusty hooks away, or else you'll rip it off today. It's another big one from a couple of years back, folks. I fell in love with a lovely Jewish girl. Ooh, her folks found out I'd been never circumcised. Whoa, what can I say when my baby smiles and says hello? I know the skin will be the first to go. Oh yeah, skin is gonna be the first to go. No sense in keeping it too much longer. Oh yeah, the skin, get that skin on.
How many people here can actually say that they've never shit in their pants? Everybody shit in their pants. Everybody shit in their pants. I always wanted to do that to 200 people. That's great. That's the worst part about shitting in your pants was the teasing, right? Remember the kids all following you home from school? Gary shit in his pants, Gary, right? And you're walking like this. No, I didn't. Finally, you had enough. You turn around and you go, fuck off, like that, right? Piece of shit flies out of your pant leg, you know. The old telltale signs. Actually, it feels good for the first 30 seconds, and then it cools off and gets tacky, you know. That's why you walk like this, right? First thing you think of when you shit in your pants is, I've got to get home. Doesn't matter where you are, you don't want to be anywhere but home, you know. People think that shit belongs inside them. They don't want it on them. They scratch their ass and they go, that's shit. I've got shit on me.
On your boot. Right there. Look, on your boot.
Oh, it's dog shit. Oh, it's all right. It's not mine. Thought I had a leak or something, you know. Everybody does this too. They stand up off the can after having a shit. They stand right up. They turn around and they look. What are you looking for? I guess the reason why you look is you want to see whether it looks like it felt, you know. That felt like a good shit. Yes, it was. It was a good shit. Did you ever think you had a really good shit and look in the toilet, there's nothing there, right? Where did it go, man? You reach up and you pull it out. I want to have a look at this mother, you know. And it better be 12 inches or I'm not healthy, you know. Or the opposite when you think that wasn't much of a shit and it's this sort of thing. Very, very weird. The only time you don't turn around and look at your shit is when you've been drinking for 3 or 4 days. Whiskey will do that to you. Rumble, 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 rumble. Yeah, that's when you have one of those instant shits, right? Bark! All comes out at once, right? It's all over. Blow your asshole out. All the water splashes up on your ass. Terrible. You got a pretty clear picture of what's going on down there. Yeah, the ring of fire, somebody said over here. He knows. It's peeing through your bum, it's called, I believe. Really ridiculous. The most embarrassing thing about shit, people don't like other people to see their shit, right? Like you're over at a girlfriend's place, maybe a first date, she's cooking lasagna, you're trying to make a good impression, right? And you have to have a shit. You don't want to say, Tom, I have to have a shit before dinner, you know? Because it really takes the glow off the evening, you know? Later on, when you're right down to it, she says, you had a shit, didn't you? Yes, I did. Go have some lasagna, you know? So what you do is you say, can I go to the washroom and wash my hands before dinner? She goes, oh yeah, first door down on the right. And you get in there and you get the water running so she can't tell what you're doing. And you pull off a fast shit and everything is going smoothly until you stand up and the fucking toilet won't flush. I'm trapped in here with my own shit. I'll throw it out the window. Splat, right? There's always a screen on the window, of course. Shit's like butter, you gotta spread it around before it does you any good anyway, you know. Guys really freak out though. They look at the medicine cabinet, I'll put Band-Aids on it, that's what I'll do. I'll spray it with Arid maybe. That won't work. I'll put it down the sink. Boom, 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 boom. Has to be solid shit to go down the sink though, you know, it's hard. If you find yourself in that situation, here's what to do. Oh, first of all, yes, I want to mention that the girls are lucky because they can carry it out in their purse, you know. And that's why they always take their purse to the can. They never get trapped in the can with their own shit. How much shit can you get into a billfold, you know? Or an inside pocket, for that matter, you know? But here's what to do. If you find yourself in that situation, take the back off the toilet, take the shit out of the toilet, put it in the back of the toilet where all the flush mechanism is, right? She'll never know the difference, right? She'll find the tiny old man floating dead in the water in the morning, you know? That's all I have to say about shit. What a shitty routine.
What a shitty routine. Just remember, folks, when shit becomes valuable, the poor will be born without arseholes.
I think that about sums it up. Gross? Is that what you thought? Yeah. We are not gross. Gross is when you kiss your grandmother goodnight and she slips you the tongue. That's gross. Or biting into a wiener and finding a vein. That's gross, you know. Or pulling out your Tampax and finding a root growing on it. That's gross, man. We're going to show you our gross manual right off the bat because we want you to contribute sometime this evening. This is to prove that we're not the only sickies walking around town. This is a collection of graffiti that we've collected from our audiences, and we're going to read you a cross-section of some of the stuff that people give us.
Right.
And you can approve or disapprove, whatever you like.
They're all good ones. Here's to the hole that never heals. The more you rub it, the better it feels. And all the soap this side of hell won't wash away that fishy smell. Wine, women, song, and vice, syphilis, blue balls, crabs, and lice. We've had them all by Jesus Christ. Gentlemen, the Queen.
Yeah.
There's one called Ode to a Pussy. They're all given to us on scraps of paper, menus, toilet paper, whatever. It doesn't matter.
You'll notice there's a lot of them that refer to the female genitalia because most of them write about guys.
Here's
right?
one bar that pretty well says it. O cunt, O slimy slit, how men wallow in thy piss with such bliss. O cunt, dark and dismal hole, all covered in hair and matted in shit. Thee smells like a polecat's ass. O cunt, I love thee. This guy is healthy, right? Definition of an organ grinder is a cocksucker with a chipped tooth.
All right, that can apply both ways, I guess.
Yeah, Hail Mary, full of grace, pull down your pants and sit on my face. I like that.
All you Catholics out there. Little boy walks into the washroom. His mom was in the tub. He pointed at her crotch and said, "What's that?" She said, "That's where Daddy hit me with the axe." The boy said, "Pretty good shot. He got you right in the cunt."
Yeah.
See? Told you.
They used to call her railroad track because she was laid all over the country, end to end. The supercontinental, no doubt. Any idiot can piss on the floor, but it takes a real hero to shit on the ceiling.
Sir, Nixon's father should have withdrawn.
Yeah, that's a good one. May bloody piles torment you, may corns grow on your feet, may crabs as big as turtles crawl up your ass and eat. And when you're old and feeble and become a nervous wreck, I hope your head falls through your ass and breaks your fucking neck. God.
Mad guy. Says the only thing you don't pay income tax on is your pecker. 80% of the time it's unemployed. 10% of the time it's hard up. The other 10% of the time it's in the hole. On top of that, it has 2 dependents and they're both nuts.
What did the Englishman say when he came home to find his wife fucking 3 men? Hello, hello, hello.
That's a good one.
I like that one. Oh, Father. I like that one, eh? Oh, Father, I've come to confess I've just left a girl in a terrible mess. Her blouse is all tattered, her tits are all bare. There's a lump in her belly that shouldn't be there. Oh, son, with you I am vexed. When I was your age, I used a Durex. Oh, Father, don't be unjust. I used one too, but the fucking thing bust. We're still looking for the guy, by the way, who took the blowtorch to the prophylactic machine in the men's washroom and made off with 50 or 60 French safes. That wasn't funny because they were the expensive kind, the condoms. They were the ones with the ticklers on the end, so if you put them on inside out, you're going to do a job on yourself. Weird. They're all in colors now. You walk in. They used to have just straight gray machines in the washrooms that said, "For prevention of venereal disease," right? And it was nice. But now you walk in and those machines go, "Ooh la la, the French tickler," you know, and all that stuff. Get them all in colors and they're scented now. Here, smell this, raspberry. Look at this. Weird, man. But we were going to high school. We had the basic stock white, said Goodyear on the side, you know. And they were good for a year, you know. We all carried one around in our wallets, you know. Remember that, carrying one around in your wallet? Look at this fucking thing, man, you know. You're going to use that? No, but I could if I wanted to, you know. The big fear, of course, is like never having tried one on as a young man. Like you wait till the mother and the father and the sister to be out of the house, right? And you finally make a decision. I'm going to try this thing on, right? And the big mistake the young men make is they roll it down too far and they get it caught in their pubic hair and it won't roll back off again. Tragic. Got to start fooling with the Gillette Blue Blade down there, you know? The hands of a surgeon. That's generally when your mother walks in and says, "You wear that to the table tonight and show it to your father." My father had his on the table, so it didn't really matter, you know. All right, we could have been dentists, you know, or disc jockeys. We could have been doing shit like, "I'm old gold that really sold a bullion biggie from the golden Goodyear, a blast from the past." And here it is, for the second time around, a cute little disco song. Disco does not suck. Disco is an art form.
It's alive and living here in Toronto.
Here we go. You've got the cutest little pubic hair. You've got the cutest little pubic hair of pubic hair. You've got the cutest little pubic hair. There are no finer curlies anywhere. Pubic hair, penis or vagina, nothing could be finer. Pubic hair. I'm in heaven when I'm in your underwear. I don't need a shove, I get a taste of love from your pretty pubic hair. Rat shit, fat shit, pussy don't smell. Motherfucker, cocksucker, give them all a yell. Eat me, fuck me, chew me, screw me, yay. Bitter reality. Good night all, thank you.
Okay, let's go. Get the fuck out of here.
That's all, fuck off.
Come on, fuck off.
Go fuck yourself.
Come on. Bite my shorts, you festering gobs of shit.
Fuck off.
Don't patronize
Get
us,
out,
you
you
cocksuckers.
fucking asshole.
Get the fuck out of here, you assholes.
Fuck off.
Come on, you scum-looking pricks. Get the fuck out of here, for fuck's sake. Look at your fucking shirt tonight.
Stink-looking cunts. Go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself. Fuck off. Fuck off. Fuck off, you guys. You fuck
Fuck out of here. All right, let's have a sing-along. Sing-along here.
Fuck ya, F-U-C-K-Y-A. Fuck ya, F-U-C-K-Y-A. I really hate your fucking guts, and I'd like to kick you in the nuts. So fuck ya, F-U-C-K-Y-A. I really mean